You're listening to Creeping Wave Radio, a documentation of our decidedly creepy escapades here on YouMind, once the mics go off.
Okay, phone. Start recording, now.
Recording.
Hi, so it's me, Nap again. Well, you, since you're the only one listening. I'm not really supposed to have this phone, seeing as Anatole programmed some Russian technology that devours souls or whatever onto it, but I don't know when I'm gonna lose my memories again, so yeah. Turns out I'm some kind of interdimensional being imprisoned in a human body that can't die. I know, right? It's called an amaranthine, and it's pretty much like being a bargain bin vampire. We get the immortal part, and get to suck ether or life energy out of people instead of, blood. Which I'm cool with. It's much more sanitary. The problem is, we lose our memories every half century or so. Kind of like amnesia. Hence, me doing my Anne Frank routine over here. But other than that, hey, how's it going? Not so great on my end, thanks for asking. I needed someone to vent to. So, I've been running the podcast solo for a while. It's going okay. Well, it's better than okay. I'm actually enjoying myself, which before, not so much. I feel a little guilty about it though, seeing as I turned my co-hosts into old men, specifically Boris Karloff, Peter Lorre, and Vincent Price. On accident, mind you. I meant to turn them into monsters, so we could attack the Soviet vampires' lair. But, things never quite work out right for you and me, or I guess just me. And I'd kind of been watching The Raven on repeat, so it's mostly my fault. But initially it was Margo's idea. Who is Margo, you may ask? Oh, just our smoking hot girlfriend. Well, unofficial girlfriend. She's kind of our boss's daughter, and he's, the devil. Literally. However, on the plus side, this is the longest we've ever held a job, so I kind of don't want to screw things up. Oh, the Soviet vampires' lair? It went okay. Thanks for asking. But I keep wondering if I'm fighting for the right side, or if there is a right side. I don't know. I want to do the right thing, but I have no idea what that is anymore. On a related topic, I've been trying to figure out a way to turn the guys back to normal. In the meantime, Scratch set them up in an old folks' home, and I'm gonna stop by and drop off some of their things, to cheer them up. And here we are.
Attention staff, assistance needed in the bingo lounge. Staff, bring fire extinguishers. Thank you.
Hello! Welcome to Dwindling Palms of Hollywood, the retirement village for aging actors.
Wow, do you have to say that whole deal every time?
Absolutely. Now how might I help you today?
I'm here to see my grandfathers.
Grandfathers? As in plural?
Yeah. They were in a polygamous marriage, and,
Ooh, what's that?
Oh, well. It's when, Hey, wait, is that an ABBA tattoo on your ankle?
Oh, that's nothing. Take a look at this.
Wow, that's impressive.
The cover art of every ABBA album from Ring Ring to the re-release of Half Speed Remastered in 2017.
Well, don't go spreading this around, but Mamma Mia was based on a true story, and my 3 grandpas...
Eee! Say no more! Right this way! Who are your grandfathers again?
Boris Karloff, Vincent Price, and Peter Lorre.
That's funny. I thought they were dead.
Yeah! They get that a lot.
My name's Steph, by the way.
Oh, Nap. I'm Nap. Hi.
Ah, here we are. Gentlemen, you have a visitor.
Hey guys.
Buzzkill. Huh? The last person I want to ever see again.
What are you doing here, Nap? And what's going on with your hair?
Well, things get pretty hectic in HE double hockey stick, and I haven't exactly had time to hit the beauty parlor, I guess.
You mean all this time you've been a ginger?
Geez, well, You know what? Does it really matter?
And you're wearing eyeliner?
Yeah. I guess I kind of eased up on my sausage party camouflage since you guys have been out of commission.
Oh, how appalling.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like you have a lot of catching up to do. I'm not one to intrude on family time. How about I just leave you folks be?
Oh, please don't leave me alone with them.
Cherish each moment.
Yeah, right. So, look, I'm probably the last person you guys want to see right now.
Oh, whatever would give you that idea, Nap?
Yes, do tell.
Yeah, well, I brought you guys a present. Here.
Are those Graham's calves?
Yeah, they were with your stuff. I thought maybe you might, want to keep them as a souvenir.
Well, they are exquisite. Don't think you can win us over with gifts, Nap. No matter how breathtakingly beautiful they may be.
Look, I'm sorry about what happened, turning you guys into old movie actors and everything, but I promise, I'm gonna find a way to get you out of here.
What?
Don't you dare.
I'm staying right here, thank you very much.
Wait, what? You guys like it in here?
What's not to like?
We're celebrities now. People worship us. Not to mention all the medicinal marijuana we want.
Just lounging around the pool all day. And the babe ratio is 5-1.
Oh, baby, I see you.
Hey, baby. Just let me finish putting this youngster in their place and I'm all yours.
Okay, I'll be waiting.
You see that? The dames are chomping at the bit.
Do you have to use the word dames? It sounds so sleazy coming from the mouths of my personal heroes.
We'll say whatever we damn well please. And that's another thing. No one around here gets all hot under the collar when we speak our mind.
Quite to the contrary, in fact. These guys are all on the same wavelength as us.
What do you mean?
For example, you believe in Finland?
A country? Well, yeah, of course.
Hey, Walter, Bobby, we got a Finland lover over here.
Doesn't that jackwagon know that Russia and Sweden just made that fool place up?
What? Why?
So the Japanese could maintain fishing rights in that area surrounding that bogus country, you moron.
Yeah, dipstick. The Japanese moved their cats through Russia. It's part of the agreement.
And the UN had all the maps altered to fool everyone into believing Finland actually exists.
Kids these days. Sheesh.
You like fairy tales, numbskull? I bet you believe in Australia, too.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, it's a paradise of horny, stoned conspiracy theorists just like you.
Exactly. Plus, we could never have afforded retirement on our own salaries anyway.
Well, okay. Then why are you guys still mad at me?
Mad at you? Who's mad at you? We're not mad at you.
Oh, okay, great.
We just don't like you. Never have, really. Nope. Not that I can remember.
Oh, well, if that's how you feel.
Undoubtedly. Can't imagine disliking anyone more, really. Have to agree, Nap. I can't think of a single positive quality you possess. No, nothing doing. No.
Right. Well, I'll just be going then. Enjoy your calves and, bye, I guess.
Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you.
Get bent, Finny.
Bah! Get out of here, you young nincompoop!
Don't listen to those senile old codgers, my dear.
Oh, I'm not really worried about that. I just want to go home is all.
Yes, home. To the world in your dreams and your estranged lover. Tell me, does she still wait for you when you close your eyes?
Yes, How could you know about that? I don't think I've ever told anyone about that before.
Well, I'm not just anyone. You don't remember me, do you?
No.
You told me this might happen one day. I just never took you seriously.
Do we know each other?
Intimately.
Oh.
Oh, Napoleon, you should see your face. Trust me, I was much more to look at back then. I'm Dorcas Morlock. Pleased to meet you all over again.
Dorcas. That's Greek for gazelle.
Yes, it's you. That's the same thing you said to me when we met back in 1932.
1932? But you... you couldn't have been more than a baby.
Not quite. I'm a far cry older than I look.
Geez, yeah, I guess so.
You're so precious. No one around here believes me. They all think I'm just some senile old bat. They won't even call me by my proper name. Think they know better.
Well, what do they call you?
Doris. Like that sweetie pie actress.
Oh, I'm sorry. She was very talented, though, so that's something.
They don't believe me when I tell them exactly how old I am, either.
I'm not one to ask a lady her age, but...
104.
Oh, wow. Geez, well, you don't look a day over 60, honestly.
They always tell you that you might pick something up from fraternizing with the wrong sort. I suppose I caught some of your immortality. What do you call the stuff? Ether?
Yeah. Well, I only just found out about it again, I guess.
Gosh darn it. I'm so sorry. Was this lady here bothering you, Nap?
Oh, no, not at all.
Doris, don't you bother our guests with your wild tales. You get your happy ass back to the rec room. It's time for your cocktail.
Time for my tranquilizers, you mean? They'd rather knock me out than listen to me speak. Makes them nervous. I know things they don't want to hear.
But I want to hear.
Doris, I mean it. You know what happens when you go off schedule.
If you ever want to come back sometime before noon, they usually give me my privacy for a few hours. We could talk alone in the pool house.
Yes, I'd like that.
Here's something to remember me by.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no you don't, Doris. You take your lips off them this minute. I'm so sorry about that, honey.
No, it's fine.
Hey! You can't go moving in on our dames. This is our territory. Yeah. Keep your filthy paws off our women folk.
Oh, please. You three never had a chance. I don't date younger men.
What is going on? Oh my goodness. It's so confusing.
Come along, Doris. You've had enough excitement for today.
Please don't leave me here, Nap. Please. Don't forget about me again.
Bye, Nap. See you soon.
Yeah. See you around, Steph.
Just what was that all about?
Hey, Margo, babe, should you be poofing like that, in front of civilians?
Please, no one takes anything old people say seriously.
Where'd you pull that dame out from, Finny? Your ass?
Maybe she's from Finland!
Yeah, I guess you're right.
So, what's the deal with you and the old broad?
She's not a broad. She's, I don't know, actually.
She kissed you?
Yeah, well, this is Hollywood. People are screwy here. I mean, that receptionist just up and...
I saw that.
Well, it wasn't planned, okay? Besides, since when did you start tailing me everywhere I go?
Since I became your unofficial girlfriend.
Yeah, I wish we could drop the unofficial part.
Ha! And give Daddy another reason to melt your face off?
Well, we know it wouldn't kill me.
No, but we couldn't do this either.
Ooh, hey!
Hello! Hey!
Why don't you youngsters get a room?
Yeah, claim that ass in the name of Finland!
I missed that forked tongue of yours.
Better than Dorcas?
Well, yeah. I just wish I could...
Could what?
Could remember who I was when she knew me. I don't know. I wish I could remember my past is all.
Come on, I have an idea. Give me the keys to the Saab.
Can't we just poof back?
Not a chance. I want to do some sightseeing while we're in LA.
And the taste she displays, and you know I respect you, and I don't want to keep you from anything. I try to stay out of your way, but on days like today, when my mind begins to stray to the things I hear say to you, my conscience starts to stray. Now I wanna shove that bitch downstairs for being the one who gets to share the beauty of everyday life with you. Now I wanna split her pretty face for being there in my rightful place, having the nerve to say those awful things to you. It's just she seems so ungrateful for the position that she's in. I don't mean to be selfish, I know it doesn't help. It's not her fault that I'm not Asian, beautiful and educated, and I don't want to make her feel hated, but shove that bitch downstairs for being the one who gets to care for you and getting to be out there with you while I am so far away, and I sing songs for you every day, and I still love you in every way. I wanna
Good afternoon, Miss Morlock.
What? Who's there?
It is Miss Morlock, isn't it? You never married, though you had plans to, didn't you?
Oh, no. What meds did they give me this time?
Oh, I assure you, Miss Morlock, I am not the result of any medication you may have been given. My name is Mr. Scratch, and I am at your service.
I know who you are, and I'll have nothing to do with you. You won't take my soul into your collection.
Yes, I heard you'd found religion in your old age. Was it the fear of death that finally turned you? I would think death might be a release from a place like this.
You stay away from me.
I won't hurt you, Miss Morlock. You've been hurt enough. You're hurt every day by the heartlessness of your supposed caretakers, doping you up and shoving you into the cells so they can't forget you exist.
I'm not listening to you.
Why, they aren't even good enough to call you by your real name, Dorcas.
What do you want from me?
I want to give you a second chance. A chance to live the life you deserve with the person you love.
Between that cute little receptionist and the girl with the horns I saw poof onto the scene when they were hauling me away, I doubt Nap would give me a second look.
Perhaps not as you are.
What are you doing to me? Let go. Let go of me. I mean it. Let me go. Oh, my voice. What have you done to me?
Take a look for yourself. There, in that mirror on the wall.
I'm young. But how?
Consider it a gift.
No. I never asked you for this.
But you wanted it nonetheless.
You can't have my soul. I never agreed to anything. Never put my name in your book or signed your contract.
No, of course not. I'm simply granting you a favor of sorts. And the first one's always free.
The orderlies, they'll be by to check on me. How will I explain this?
Let me take care of all that messy business. You need to be free to tend to matters of the heart.
Napoleon?
Yes, Napoleon.
Hey everybody, I hope you enjoyed that episode. That is our first episode of the 3rd season, and we are really excited to have Pink Eye here in the studio with us. So say hi everybody.
Hi.
Everybody, hi.
Hi. Okay guys, great. So I saw you guys for the first time at the Aztec Brewery, and I was just really impressed. So I guess I'm just going to hand the mic around, and you guys can tell me a little bit about yourself and how you sort of came into music just in general. And right here.
All right. Hi, I'm Anna. I came into music in general because there was a piano in my house growing up, and so I played it. And my dad was just constantly singing, so I just thought that was normal. So that's pretty much how I got my start.
All right. Very nice.
That's it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I could get into the instruments, but that's...
You can go as deep as you want. So.
I'm going to go with my first memory of wanting to play something. I saw my dad playing a drum. I was like, that looks cool. And then he had I almost said sitar. He had an oud. An oud.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I poked the holes out in it of like the ornate wooden thing.
Oh.
I destroyed it. I still have it, actually. But that was my first introduction to music. And then I played a bass without an amplifier for 2 years. And I just put it up against the wall and made it resonate.
Okay. Very cool.
I guess my first exposure to music was my dad, who had taught himself how to play piano and any other instrument he could get his hands on. He would kind of relax when he got home from work to do that. And then I went through Catholic Church, and there was a lot of singing in that. In particular, there was a college church that they went to, and they were rocking as hard as they could. But then when I got to grad school, I really started to branch out into anything I could get my hands on.
Very nice. Okay, cool. So, one of the things that I noticed about your band is like how many different styles that you're very genre fluid in the songs that you'll bring up, and I really like that. And so I'm kind of interested in how people with such diverse musical backgrounds and stuff like that, how would you come together? How did you decide to become a band? So I'm going to hand it around to all of you guys, and you can just sort of give me your take or grab the mic as you feel fit. Pretty much, just anything goes. So, Anna.
Well, I guess. So it's kind of complicated. Not really. Okay, so I had a project, and then I didn't, and then I'm in this other band, and I kept trying to write for that band, and the songs kept not being right for that band. And so I realized that I was either going to have to quit that band out of frustration or find a different outlet for my musical expression. So I decided to take the advice of Margo and Zach, who'd been harassing me for years to start a band again. And so I started a band again.
Okay. Very nice. So, do you want to? Yeah, Margo and Zach, do you want to jump in on that? Or?
Sure. I was harassing Anna because she needed to be backed up by two burly dudes at all times.
I see.
You know?
That's
backed up.
Interesting and exciting at the same time. Could you explain your reasoning?
Because she wasn't strong enough on her own.
Oh, I see.
No, she just has this huge, in all honesty, she has this huge sound on her own. And to have to be behind that is an honor, first of all. But I just encouraged her to make a band.
Very nice. Very nice.
Because you have to do it together.
Right.
Right, David? David!
And David, as another large burly man, do you have anything to contribute to that?
Apparently this is a podcast.
Yeah.
I had seen Anna play with another band, and I thought she was great. She was a multi-instrumentalist, and that touches my heart, and I'm a multi-instrumentalist on steroids.
Nice.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
He's not literally on steroids, are you?
No. That does not account for anything. No, it's a lovely band. I like the different genres. I like, all the talent of the members, and it's really fun and enjoyable to play this music on the stage, and it lets me do what I want to do with very little, restrictions. It's great.
Yeah, so you guys mentioned that you're multi-instrumentalists, and I would like to just kind of pass it around. And can you list off your instruments, if that's not too much? I know you. Yeah.
We can. I don't know about David.
Yeah.
It's going to take a while.
So,
I'll just say the ones I don't play.
Yeah. And David will just say the ones that he doesn't play. But I'm kind of interested in, with each instrument, sort of what was the story that made you want to jump on it? Like the piano, you had explained, was present in your house, but then other things, what did you hear in your life that made you want to play? Or was it a song? Was it just an experience that you had? Just kind of get an idea of how somebody arrives at this.
Okay, so yeah, piano, I just always played it. Guitar, the short version is that, I had already gotten a guitar when I was 11 or 12, and I learned like 3 chords from this guy in the guitar shop, and just kind of stuck to that for a little while, and then kind of didn't really play it very often at all. And then a boy charmed me, and he played guitar, and I was like, "Oh, he's so cool that he plays guitar." Zach, it's fun. Anyway, so he it was not Zach. Zach was not the boy.
All right.
To clarify, I just know Zach knows the boy and would think it's hilarious. But anyway, I shouldn't have said that, probably. Anyway.
And to clarify, your relationship with Zach is...
we've been friends since high school.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah, Zach and I have been friends since we were 14, 15, 14, 13.
Yeah,
13.
Well, no, there was the 10-year...
And then we didn't see each other for...
10 years.
Not quite 10 years.
7.
Yeah.
8.
Some amount of years.
Long enough.
And then we saw each other again, found each other on Facebook and yada yada. Met up, and it was like we'd never stop being friends.
Oh. Very nice.
Yeah, that was good.
Very cool.
It is good. Anyway, so yeah, this boy I was into, he played guitar. And I was like, I want to be cool like him, so I'm going to play guitar. Ironically, he doesn't play anymore.
Oh.
And then violin, I actually technically picked up in 4th grade, but I was like the worst orchestra student ever. Like, never took my instrument home. Just like,
And we just had Mr. Scratch come in. Did you want to say hi, Sunshine?
Hello.
Oh, very nice. So,
like the wind.
Yeah. We are in quite a wee little apartment, which is my studio right now. So, and you were saying, sorry to
that's good.
Just so that when they hear the footsteps in the background, they're not just like, what the?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
So violin, I technically picked up in 4th grade, but I never really played. And then when I was 19, my dad had just died, and I was kind of spiraling out of control. And my very dear friend Hager had me listen to the album Casadega by Bright Eyes, and that was the first time I listened to Bright Eyes. And I know it's Bright Eyes, whatever. I love Bright Eyes, okay? And I'm not ashamed to admit it. But that album, so I heard that album and totally fell in love with it, totally fell in love with Bright Eyes, and then moved to Oklahoma, and obviously, and I moved on a plane, so obviously couldn't take my piano with me, so I had my guitar, my violin, and a suitcase, and that was that, and so I was like, well, I'm going to go to Oklahoma, and I'm going to get good at violin, so I just went to Oklahoma and just played violin all the time. I just would hang out in front of Aspen Coffee Shop in Stillwater, Oklahoma with a guitar, a violin, and a hacky sack, and I would look for people who looked like musicians and be like, hey man, do you play guitar? And if they said yes, I'd be like, you want to jam? And if they said no, I'd be like, you want to play a hacky sack? And so I got better at playing violin and also got better at playing hacky sack.
Well, good. Very nice.
Mm-hmm. And made friends.
Oh.
It was good.
That's important too.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And so you there.
Me.
Yeah. What instruments?
Okay, so I first started on a guitar. I went to my friend Jason? Yeah, Jason's house, and he had this guitar his dad bought him, and he never played it. So I would go over there purposely, not to hang out with Jason, but to play his guitar. Which is
sorry, Jason.
Sorry, Jason.
We all have that friend.
Right.
So, yeah.
And after a while, he found out and wouldn't let me play his guitar anymore. And then
so Jason never saw you again.
Right. Yeah, I never saw him again.
Yeah.
He's probably lived a very nice Anheuser-Busch-filled life.
Woo!
And then I found my cousin had a bass and he gave it to me. He never played it. So I was like, hey, give me that bass. And I never had an amp for it, so I just played it without an amp. And finally, I mowed lawns for a couple months to save up for a guitar, which I bought for $100. And I played that. And then my little cousin saw me playing that. He started playing guitar. We started playing together. And I switched to drums. And he got crazy on guitar. And now he's this crazy jazz pianist. And
Alex?
yeah. And that's really cool. And so now I play drums, bass, and guitar, and whatever percussion. I also have another 2-piece band called Scatward, which is a R&B hip hop Primus thing. It's just bass and drums, and the drummer sings, and that's very odd and minor and hip hoppy.
I'm trying to chew this carrot really slowly because I realize how loud it is.
Can you chew it into it?
Crunch, crunch.
That is
There
a
we go.
carrot.
Yeah.
And that is a rabbit.
David,
Rabbit.
tell your story.
Oh, my story of music. I guess I had a piano in the house too, and so my parents wanted me to take lessons at an early age, so I took a few until I could quit because I didn't like to practice. But the piano was always in the house, so I would always go up to it and, like my dad, just have fun with it, and learn to play by ear and such. But when I got to school, one of my music teachers in like 4th grade, saw that I had some talent, and she wanted. My parents couldn't afford to get an instrument for me, but she was a French horn teacher, and she said that she could eventually get me a French horn if I wanted to learn it. And so I'd say sure, because it was that or no instrument. So she gave me a French horn on a mouthpiece, and I practiced on that, attached it to a hose and a funnel, and I had my own little French horn makeshift for a while. And I took that instrument all the way through college, and so I learned a lot about music from a classical point of view. But then when I got into grad school, I really wanted to play in bands and improvise and stuff, and all that classical training was useless.
Yeah.
So, I spent the rest of my life and up until now learning how to play, I guess, from the heart, trying to play spontaneously, be able to jam, be able to just jump in, pick the right instrument, and play hopefully something that adds, to the group. And that's kind of my forte, and I try to do that whenever I can.
Now, when I saw the performance, actually, you were playing an instrument I had never seen before that was like a plastic bottle with a balloon.
Yes. Okay. The famous Utterbot, invented by Jacob Barton in central Illinois, Urbana-Champaign, I think in 1995. He just realized that you could take a beer bottle, break the bottom off of it, attach a latex glove, clamp it on, fill it with water, squeeze the latex glove, the water level would go up and down in the beer bottle, and if you're blowing it, the pitch changes. Okay. He called it the Utterbot because the latex glove resembled a cow's udder, and bot was the bottle.
Yeah.
Okay. And he was a rather cool, crazy guy, and he wanted to convert everybody to play this instrument, and so he showed me how to make it, and then since then I've been refining it, and now it looks much different. It's a small Italian pop bottle because I've searched far and wide for the right bottle sound, and it's a very small balloon instead of a latex glove, and it's and that instrument is beautiful. It's got 3 octaves of range, and it sings.
Nice.
And it's a beautiful. It's all recycled, materials.
Okay. So I'm kind of interested in, so we kind of have the idea how you guys came together because big burly men were needed, and that's great. But when you did actually become a band, what were some of the obstacles? I know that you guys have a very unique sound. Was it difficult to find an audience for it, to find people who wanted to have you play for them? And are you raising your hand to speak, or are you just saying hello?
Oh, I was about to say, what audience?
What
I still
audience?
haven't found that yet.
Oh, okay.
At times. I mean, I think that we're doing great because whatever audience shows up is extremely appreciative.
Yeah.
And you can tell that they're digging it and enjoying it. So I think we're successful in that right. And I think we will attract larger and larger crowds if that's the measure of success.
From my experience, our audience is I like to describe them as very, they just don't, they like minimal eye contact. That's the kind of audience we have. They're just like, they just don't like looking at it, and it's fine. And I kind of appreciate it. They're like these introverted, amazing, extroverted people that just come out to see us, and then they go back in. And it's, you can tell that it's just like it took something more for them to be there, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, that is my experience. I really don't go out to shows, and then I saw you guys, and now you're in my house, which is weird but kind of awesome. So, yeah.
It's funny. Oh my gosh.
You're right.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good. Just had a snot bubble in my mouth, in my throat.
Those are fun.
Very, very attractive feature. So it's funny that you said it's funny. Okay, so I can speak and use words. This is a thing I can do. One time we played this show at the Ken Club in San Diego, and that show was the only time we ever received negative feedback.
Yeah.
And it was not given directly to us. It was an audience member speaking to another audience member, not realizing that the one that she was speaking to was Zach's sister. So it came back to us that somebody's complaint was they need to pick a genre and stick to it, which I am totally good with. I'm good with that being the criticism that we've gotten. Absolutely. I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah. Like, no, we're not going to do that. Right. But because I think it's fun to switch it up, I mean, it's good to have a sound. It's good to have a style. And I think we still do. Yeah. But if somebody plays the same kind of thing for 45 minutes, often I find myself kind of like, 10 minutes in, I'm like, okay, I get it. Okay, that's what you're doing. Okay, I'm good, cool. And then it's kind of tune out at that point. So I guess I don't know. I was diagnosed with ADD. I don't know how I feel about that diagnosis, but maybe that's it's music for people who can't pay attention to the same thing for an hour.
Yeah, I'll join that ADD club too. And, it's kind of my approach to musical instruments. That's why I play so many of them. Mm-hmm. I just keep going from one to another. And same thing with genres. You go into one, you really love it, you express it, and then you get bored of it, and the next frontier is out there, which is the next genre you haven't tried in a while.
Nice.
Yeah, because doing the same thing over and over again sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck work.
Fuck work.
Oh, Zach. Oh.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, no, that's one of the things that I really appreciate about you. And when I was listening to your album on Bandcamp, is actually where I downloaded it from. Yeah. I'm Mischief on Bandcamp if you're ever looking for me. That's me. Okay. So, so when I downloaded your album, and I really just fell in love with the song Unkind. And I would say that when I actually was writing, I had the outline for this, and then when I heard the song Unkind, it kind of changed the direction in which I was going to actually move the script. So your song was kind of influential in this season, and so I really wanted to use it. So tell me, what was your inspiration behind now? Who writes the songs? Who comes up with them? Everyone's pointing at Anna, just for the record.
All Anna.
So I wrote that song like 10 years ago, approximately. I spent several years being very, very in love with a very dear friend of mine. We're still very good friends. I still love him very much. Just the nature of that love has changed. Thank God. Ugh. Anyway, so at the height of that, I'm just saying it's torment. Being unrequited love is like the worst kind of love.
I just saw you live it, in your face.
Oh.
So, he had actually, at the time that I wrote that song, so he had been dating this girl, and then they had broken up, but she had she was still in his life. She was still, friends with all of his friends and everything. So she was around a lot, and they would still hang out, doing that kind of like not together anymore, but still spending the night together kind of thing. And
fucking,
still fucking, yeah. I don't know if they were fucking. I didn't see that happen. Yeah. I assume it did. Anyway.
Yeah, they did.
Thanks, Zach. Thank you. Yeah.
Zach was present.
Yeah. Wiretaps. Anyway, so at some point the three of us were hanging out, and he was doing something, and she was being very disapproving of his behavior. And I was just like so enraged by that, where I was just like, who the fuck are you to tell this magnificent person what he should or should not be doing in public or whatever at all, in public or otherwise. Just and I was like so angered by that, and by the fact that like she got to spend, at the time I was living in Oklahoma. I was just visiting home, and so it was like this, like, you get to be here with this person, you get to soak up this person's affection and attention, and I am like living far away and writing love songs about him, and I come back and you have the nerve to say anything about what he is and how he do.
Yeah.
So
nice.
Yeah. So that is what that song is about.
It must be kind of freeing to be able to just like unleash like that in a song. Just I'm not saying it's in any way vindictive. I'm more saying that it's just like your ability to just express something that I think a lot of people are going through internally, and then you actually put words to it and give it music. And I would say it resonated with me. I think most people have been in that situation where they're the love-e and not the lover. So, but if that would be the words for it. But yeah. So you come up with all the instrumentation, or is it kind of you guys sort of work together and build the sound, or how does that sort of pan out?
So no, generally speaking, well, I mean, Zach plays the drums on all the songs because he's our drummer. But no, pretty much I let everybody do their thing. Like there'll be times when I'll be like, oh, I think this would be really cool, but like especially with David, he's but I figure he probably knows best what he can use best in a song. There are like certain situations where I'll be like, I feel like this would be cool, but I don't know. David, how do you pick instrument?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Usually the first thing that comes to mind, or maybe there's a couple choices. Sometimes I say, Anna, how about this or that? And I think the best times in band is when there's an argument amongst other band members over what I should play. I think that's really funny when that happens, because it's all good with me, because I think almost every instrument can be made sound well in a situation, and if you have more choices, more the better, and if you have more opinions, the better too.
Yeah, guys, I had wondered, because it is such a unique sound and it's so different, if you go into it saying like, okay, we're gonna kind of do like a gypsy sort of feel on this, or we're gonna do like kind of a blues kind of feel on this, but it sounds like, yeah.
And when Anna plays it, it's usually, so at first they had a drummer called Ryan. That's not his real name. It was a drummer called Ryan. He was a mythical creature. He is a magnificent beast. He's in a band formerly known as Bad Vibes, but they are now called Drug Hunt. He wrote he wrote 4 or 5 of the song's drums, and I had to learn those, and I attribute him to making me a better drummer, because learning what he did in those songs, and I still don't play it to the T of what he actually wrote it as, and only those songs are only in a Dropbox that no one visits anymore. But so that got me started with Pink Eye Sound. But Anna usually will play the tune, and it already has a feeling to it, and then we just interpret it as we go. And usually it works out the first go around somehow, unless there's some notes. She usually lets us do whatever the hell it is to the song for about a couple weeks, and then she's like, let's try something else, something like that. but it's pretty lax.
I guess it sounds like you guys all work really well together. You all kind of bounce off each other really well creatively. I guess I would want to start asking, just kind of to close things out, are there any major challenges or obstacles that you faced as a band, difficult times, major disagreements that you ritually have?
Scheduling.
So, it's you were saying scheduling?
Just scheduling, yeah. Scheduling. There's 5 people in the band, and we all have 8 different schedules.
Yeah.
Is there 5 people? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 5 people.
Yeah.
David counts as 8 or 9.
Yeah.
But getting us all together on the same day is the hardest part.
Yeah, it is.
Because we all have 2-3 bands and then jobs, and so we make our time very it's full of practice and work. It used to be a lot more relaxed when our schedules were freer.
Yeah.
But it's not anymore.
Okay, great. So I guess in closing out, is there anything anybody wants to add, that want to bring to the table, just something they'd like to throw in there? Or because if not, I'd like to pass it around for all of you guys, and you can sort of plug, where can people find out more about you? Where can they hear your music? Where can they listen to you and find out about new shows that are coming out for Pink Eye or any of your other bands that you're involved with? So,
cool.
Yeah, who would want to start?
David, do you want
to go?
Oh, sure.
Here you go, David.
I do play in some other projects. One of them is called Well, and the other one is called Shake First, and another one called The Ha. So anytime you want to come out and check any of those bands out, I think you'll enjoy it. But I think you might enjoy Pink Eye even more.
Yeah.
I don't know. Shake First is pretty crazy.
Well's pretty good.
Well's totally different music though.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's I have one other band right now. It's called Scatward, SCATWORD. It sounds like that's the first time I've ever plugged that, or it doesn't sound like it, but that is the first time I've ever plugged that. That was smooth, right?
Yeah.
Calling it out, fourth wall. And that's pretty much it. You can find me at Zaktoons on Instagram, ZAKTOONZ. Look at me. I sound famous.
Wow.
Famous people don't share their Instagram on anything.
Yeah, they do.
Do they? I don't know. I don't.
There's like a mid-level of famous where they're not quite famous, where they still have to share.
Oh, I see. I guess I don't really listen to famous people that often. That's not true. Okay, so Pink Eye is available on Spotify and iTunes and all the things that music is available on. I am also in a band called Taken by Canadians, and that band is also available in all of those things. That is like a rock and roll band.
They are famous.
That's not true. Whatever. Anyway, I also play fiddle in an Irish punk band called the Downs Family. That is also available on Spotify and iTunes and everything, but I am not the fiddle player on those recordings. However, I will be one day, not on those recordings, but on different recordings.
Nice.
And if you go see us, most likely I will be playing. Sometimes there's a lovely girl named Johnny who is playing instead, because I can't make all the shows because I'm in too many bands. And then I play with some other projects. Been playing with Delicate Flower lately. I don't know how that's going to pan out. He's talking about moving, so by the time this podcast releases, he might not live here anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, other things. I'm around. Pink Eye is on Instagram, Pink Eye the Band, or Facebook.com/Pink Eye the Band. YouTube, Trailer Valley. There's a music video. Look up Pink Eye Trailer Valley. Make sure that the song title is in the search or you're going to be grossed out. That's it.
So thank you guys so much for coming today. It was a pleasure having you. And yes. All right. Hey everyone, that was Pink Eye coming at you for our premiere episode of Creeping Wave Season 3. That's right, we have been at this for 3 years now, and I hope you've been enjoying the ride. Have you been enjoying the ride?
It's been quite a ride, and yes, I've enjoyed it.
Oh, glad to hear it. Because, yeah, you don't get to go anywhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If you're a new listener to the show, catch up on our old episodes of Creeping Wave Radio at www.theumumind.com, and that is U as in the letter U. www.theumumind.com. And on Stitcher, TuneIn, iTunes, and wherever you catch your podcasts. It's a comic book for your ears and your imagination. And don't forget to check out our related podcast, The U Mind, where we poke the abyss with a stick and see what happens. It's a play within a play, and the one hobby Mr. Scratch allows me to have.
We can't trust you with any other ones.
That's true. I am irresponsible. You don't have to listen to the U Mind to follow along with us on Creeping Wave, but the plot lines commingle. If you're a fan of that sort of thing, check out my related graphic novel series, which both these shows emerged from. It's at www.lostbreadcomic.com. And while you're there, you might as well check out my creepy, surreal artwork, stickers, and all the other goodies offered to you on the site, too. Why not commission a piece of your own? I'll make that for you, no problem. I do it all the time, don't I?
You certainly do, and yes, it's a lot of very creepy artwork.
Very creepy indeed.
But very popular whenever we show up at shows.
Yep. And speaking of shows, we would love to do a show in your area, but right now, Creeping Wave is a labor of love for all of us here on the show. We're all working around our regularly scheduled lives to make these episodes possible for you. I really love writing these shows, editing these shows, finding and discovering new talent and sharing them with everybody out there. I wish I could do this all year round, but I can't quite afford it yet. So if you appreciate what we're doing here, consider becoming a Patreon so that we can bring you longer seasons, more episodes, better support our talent, and eventually maybe do shows in your area. So even the tiniest of donations would certainly help quite a bit, don't you think?
Mm-hmm. It would, quite a bit.
Quite a bit indeed.
Yes.
So don't forget to keep up with us on social media. All the links should be in the description below. Thank you for tuning in, and keep it creepy.
I will.
You will. Just glad to hear it. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. Bye.